Shalom, shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Jam, master rule and teach well in scripture, salutations to Akim that are doing this work in truth and in faith and in all sincerity. Today's lesson is, basically the same old. The things that are going on in the world, dealing with these tariffs that's going on. There's a lot of information that's going out there in the news. A lot of events. And so, we have to be mindful as being apart, being holy and separated from this wretched place that they call America. And so with that being said, we'll go with says it is Trump. This is the news. It was 2 days ago, so Slovakia is Trump pushing the EU towards China. And so we'll start with that.
The prices blow my mind. I feel so rich. I feel like a billionaire. For a meeting on defence, said the bloc would respond robustly and collectively to any tariffs imposed. French President Emmanuel Macron said that Trump's choices and statements were, quote, pushing the EU to be more united and more active to respond to issues of collective security, while Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk said a trade war would be a complete mistake and that everything possible must be done to prevent it, quote, in the face of a Russian threat or Chinese expansion. However, there have also been some murmurings that one way of surviving a trade war with the US would be for the EU to warm its relations with China. In fact, according to a piece by the Financial Times columnist Gideon Rachman, when asked whether the EU might consider getting close to China once again, one senior European policymaker said, "Believe me, that conversation is already taking place." So, in this video, we'll look at the EU's trade relationship with both the US and China, discuss how a trade war with the US might impact Europe, and whether the bloc could well end up pivoting to China. Who's the worst politician right now? Here are thoughts and argue with us on our podcast, The World Leader Leaderboard. Find it over on the TLDR Podcast YouTube channel or in your favourite podcast app. First though, let's have a brief look at Europe's current trade relationships with the US and China. In the past few years, particularly during the Biden presidency, both the US and EU took an approach to China that was known as de-risking. This entailed restricting imports of certain technologies, like Chinese electric vehicles, to enable...
So we know NATO and the EU all are affiliated with this beast in some way, form, or fashion. Okay, and with that being said, NATO and the EU, you got that things that are going on with America, and you got the things that are going on, in other parts of Europe, which all are of the seed of Esau. It says in Revelation that the beast shall hate the whore. So we can get it. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, those 10 horns are those 10 original countries, as formulated upon the the stronghold of Europe. And so I believe it was after Rome, but don't quote me on that. All these countries formed together, and all these countries were related to Esau Edom. And so these are the 10 horns. Okay? They are part of the structure of Esau Edom's kingdom. And the whore is America. Okay? Some call her the virgin whore because she hasn't been touched physically through means of bloodshed and war. She is also known as Rome 2.0 and other various AKA analogies that link this place directly to the scriptures without saying the actual words of America. These shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And so this is going to be something, whereas all these other European affiliates are part of this beast, they are going to turn around and shoot ICBMs on this place, because it's going to be the catalyst to war and financial disruption. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14, and it reads, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon around about. All ye that bend the bow and shoot at her, spare no arrows. For she has sinned against the Lord. She has sinned against our power, Yahweh." So there's a preset judgment for this land called Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon. The judgment has already been written, which a lot of you clowns don't understand. Okay, I'm not speaking to the Akim no, and Akwakim no, but I'm speaking to you boneheads that think this place is going to go on forever, and it's not. And the longer this place goes on, the longer the hopefully elect are afflicted, okay? Not only by the sin that's around us, we're afflicted by our own flesh and in our own flesh. Affirmities, so on and so forth, especially what my elder, Elder Yashawamba, mentioned about you having to fight wounded. And though that may be true, this shit is fucked up. Because I've had ailments since 2021 that I still haven't fully recovered from. And a lot of times it's easier said than done. Am I better? A whole lot better. I am no way in any shape or form close to the wellness I was before all this stuff happened. So it's just a reminder, if we could do without it, and if the Most High can take that away from us, that'll put us in the plus. But I believe that's just not such the case. Number one, we're too close to the end. So things are going to get spiritually harder. Some of us are going to be afflicted more. This is not something that we signed up for. To be a vessel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shine, to be afflicted the way that we are being afflicted. It's like we are evading multiple traps. If it's not one thing, it's another. And it's especially to the Akim out there that really don't deal with a lot of people in the world. Something is going to afflict you to make this walk challenging.